What's up, guys? This is Caliber here,
And the Beast.
And Carol.
and we are here to talk about cameras.
Cameras.
Well, I think first off, we should say pretty much everybody uses a camera if they use their smartphone.
True.
Cameras are pretty much everywhere these days. Webcams. Got these little guys.
You know, this is actually 2 weeks in a row we've talked about cameras.
Oh?
Yeah, we talked about cameras last week.
Oh, yeah, that is true. That is... Good eye, Taro. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start off the little shit show I got in front of me right here. So starting off with this guy. This is the Fujifilm XP. 6 meters or 20-foot waterproof. 1.5 meter or 5-foot shockproof. It's also dustproof. It's one of those little rugged cameras that you can get. I considered it more of a diving camera than anything because, well, it works underwater. But this was a good camera up until the point where it decided it wanted to short out on me and start sparking or making a popping noise. That doesn't sound good. Popping with electronics and a lithium battery? Nah, I ain't fucking with that shit. And then a few years down the road, I picked this up for $20 to $30. Don't ask me why I bought it. I just bought it. I wanted to see exactly how bad it is. We'll go ahead and take a look at, well, I don't have any, I can't get any test shots with this because I'm not putting the battery in here just to have it blow up on me. So, can't get test shots of that, but I will show a test shot of this. I don't have a test shot of this camera. Or, I take that back. I do. I'll scroll up in the chat and see if I can't find it. And then I will show you guys a couple test shots with this camera. This is my baby right here. This is my favorite camera so far. But then again, it is $330 after tax. Alright, so let's go ahead. Oh. Pop the SD card out. I think I showed you guys. Remember the flawless bottle I had? That really crappy picture that I sent to the group chat? Yeah, that was taken with the little Vivitar. Yeah, not that good. Don't ask me why it says 2013. I didn't bother setting the fucking time. Trust me, I was not vaping in no 2013. Flawless, game over. I mean, it's okay. I mean, if you have potato eyes, I guess it works. Alright. There's enough of that. Because that is a fucking monstrosity. Actually, I have the shittiest camera here. I literally think the thing of the picture that this camera takes is lower than what your camera takes. But, alright, let's go ahead and, I do want to say this on this note. Excuse my messy ass desk. Nope, that's not it. Where is it? Okay, maybe it's not in this conversation. This is my conversation with you, babe? No, it's not. Not there either. I don't fucking know. I don't know. It takes good pictures nonetheless. And that's just some pictures from the SX530 that I had that I ended up taking back because I didn't really care for the picture quality of it. But we'll go ahead and go into my photography list, and we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the photos. Now, these are not all in order, so I don't know what the fuck happened here. But here's one, a little macro shot. Not the clearest, but to me it looks good. It's better than nothing. We got some, whatever the fuck these are. Look like they're dying. And some of these. I think it looks pretty good. So this is where this camera actually shines once you start playing with the settings on it. So it's a picture of my sister. And I forgot what I had the settings set to, so don't quote me on it. There's another one. Let's see, here's her and her boyfriend. He took her out to a movie on her birthday, which was pretty awesome. And then we have this, Night Skies, which looks absolutely fucking amazing. And that's my background, as you can see. What cameras do you guys have over there, Beast?
Let's just start off with this one right here. We can't. It's not charged or anything, but this was our waterproof Nikon Coolpix. It's waterproof to 10 meters, 33 feet, shockproof, 5 foot. It's got 3 times optical zoom, and the lens is a 4.1 to 12.3 millimeter. It's the Coolpix S33. Then we also have a Nikon SX or Canon. I'm sorry, a Canon SX 170 IS.
Mm-hmm.
In red.
Yeah, that's an older model of the Canon, isn't it?
Yeah. 2014, I think it is.
Which is around the same time the SX530 came out.
Yeah. But it's not a bad little.
Yeah, I do want to point out that the SX530 is a super zoom bridge camera.
Yeah.
It had a 50 times zoom, which was fucking ridiculous on a camera.
And then guess this one's our bigger camera. This one's the Nikon the D3200.
Mm-hmm.
Right now is our 70 to 300 millimeter lens, but we also have the 18 to 55 lens that came with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really nice camera.
Looks nice. Didn't she originally want the Canon Rebel?
She did the Rebel 2 or 3, whenever I forget which one was out at the time. The 2 was out at the time. That's what she was looking at, and then she.
It was a big price.
It was a big price difference. This one was a little cheaper. Well, for the package deal, because they were the same price when we found, but the Nikon came with the 18 to 55 lens. The other one was just for the body. So we had to went out and bought another lens, and the lens itself was like $100 and some. So we're like, well, we're gonna cut our losses and just go ahead and just get the Nikon. Which honestly, I didn't really have any problems with it. I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
But up until that point, that was like, she was a Canon girl. She loves Canons. And that was her first. Like, well, I mean, she had like the waterproof Canon there, but I mean, or a Nikon there, but as of like her camera that she would use all the time was always a Canon. But then now she's kind of like more open to other options out there, which is a good thing.
Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about the Canon PowerShot SX720HS. So obviously they came out with the 730HS and then the 740HS, which between the 720HS and the 730HS, there's not much of a difference. Pretty much everything's the same. The only difference is the screen can flip up this way. So that's really like the only major difference with that, but they're pretty much the same camera through and through. But I didn't, I could have browsed Best Buy's fucking, well, no, actually I couldn't have, because they were in closing time. I literally got there right at closing time and I was able to check out, which was good. But I'm happy with the shit. I hit the fucking space bar. Give me a second. I'm actually happy with the purchase. So this is a 20.3 megapixel camera with 40 times optical zoom, around 4 to 8 digital zoom. In terms of the lens length, it's it goes from, I think, like 20 to 960 millimeters. That's I'm assuming the focal length or something like that. The zoom on it. So, I mean, it gets pretty far out there. And actually, I got some sample shots of that I can show you. So, this was in a field near where I live. And I was not... I'm telling you right now, I was not this fucking close. Again, you can kind of see, like, right here, where I wasn't that close. Here's a better example. It's not as clear in this shot because I was zoomed all the way in, but you can pretty much read the sign. Yes, I live down the street from a cemetery. I don't really care. It's not the dead people you have to worry about, it's the live ones.
Right.
But it's a really good, so from what I've seen, it's a really good camera. You start playing around with the settings, and I'm going to tell you right now, it has a lot of settings. And it has a lot of modes. So you have auto, I'm assuming, hang on, let me see how this, what is this for? You got hybrid auto. What the fuck is a hybrid auto? Auto, creative shot, sport, portrait, standard mode, and manual. Let's see, what does this say? Set aperture and shutter speed for max flexibility. And once I learned how to use the shutter speed and the aperture, again, we're going to take a look at the photos of my sister, because that's where I used it heavily. Like, you can't tell, but before I adjust this, the picture was way too dark. Or sometimes it would just be, I actually know it was way too bright, so I had to kind of just adjust it down, but it came out really good. And the shot you see right here is my sister actually took a photo of me. Took a photo of me taking a photo of her. It was my mom's idea, so shout out to my mom. Which I can't wait to see what that photo looks like, because I have not seen a photo from the Nikon B500 actually blown up on a screen, as far as like highlight goes. See, I'm in here, so I don't have much light to work with, so no matter what camera I use in here, it's all gonna look shit. And well, except for this. This webcam is the exception. My iPhone looks like shit. This camera looked like shit in here. Ah shit, what did I set this on? Oh shit, it was going retarded. Alright. So, and this camera looked like shit. And this camera right here, well, this camera is shit. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the photos Alex put in the group chat. So, this was used with the Nikon D3200, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, we got some water pictures. God, I really need to... I need to make my way up to Ohio so you can show me that fucking water area so I can take a picture of it. But that is really pretty. The greens look amazing.
Yeah, Clear Fork. It's a reservoir.
That's amazing. Black and white came out great, Alex. See, well, this is even what the fuck? I just knocked the battery off. All right.
Okay.
But this just is because if you look at Alex's zoomed up photo on these zebras, it's even really not that clear, and that's the problem with zooming in on stuff like really close. Is you start to suffer that or give away that sharpness. Now that may change with like newer DSLRs. Because obviously technology is going to be a lot better. But I mean, even this, when did this camera come out? When did y'all get this?
Got it 2015, but it came out in 2012.
2012 is when it came out. So.
All right, so 2012. That's how many years?
Shoot.
6.
Hmm?
12. 7.
7 years.
7 years, yeah. So I mean, 7 years for a camera, that's not bad. That'll at least it'll eventually you are going to want to upgrade though.
Yeah, she's already wanted to do that.
Last year.
Yeah, I know we had a conversation about it. They said these cameras DSLRs will last you to about 10 years before you have to upgrade to a newer camera. Well, yeah, I mean, you don't have to, but it's eventually you're going to want to. I do actually have some test shots from the SX530. I forgot about that. So here's one. Came out kind of pinkish purplish. Here's another one, which also came out pretty cool. This was near this was at a sugar refinery where I live. The two pipes was at a sugar refinery. And here's a bridge that I took. Again, I'm honest, I can see it right now, and the image quality to me is not that great. I mean, the camera came out in 2014, so, I mean, what do you really expect? This right here has to be the best photo out of all of them, but I was working with a lot, and I mean a lot of overcast. But on a sunny day like this Canon SX720HS, just, it really shines for what it is. I am, honestly, for as how old as it is, it came out in February of 2016. I've never been this blown away by a camera that has a significant age on it. Especially a camera, I don't know if this is really considered a bridge camera. I know this is considered a bridge camera. But for a point and shoot, for a typical point and shoot, what we would consider digital cameras, so you have your digital cameras, sort of like what Taro has. It's what we call digital cameras, which are still point and shoots, but I classified it a little bit different. So you have your digital cameras, so your normal digital cameras. You have your point and shoots like the Nikon B500 or the SX530, and then you have your mirrorless cameras that have no mirrors in them. And then you have DSLRs. And as it stands, no matter who you talk to, DSLRs are ahead of the game when it comes to cameras. You can't beat the quality of a DSLR. But the problem is they're pricey.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you really, like, if you're just doing, like, bird watching or nature shooting, you really don't need that kind of camera. You can get away with a point and shoot, a decent point and shoot.
Yeah.
So what camera do you have, babe?
Well, since you took like 20 minutes talking about yours, I'm going to be real quick. My mom bought me a camera when I was in high school after I took photography, and she got this one for me because it has a blur reduction on it because I can't take a picture to save my life. Before Apple came out with the like live photo thing, it was really hard for me to take a photo, and the only requirement was that it was red. So she got me a red Kodak EasyShare CA180.
Which came out when? What was it? 2009 Beast?
2009, and I think I got mine in 2010 or 2011.
Yeah.
I've had it for a while. I don't really use it. I use my phone.
Yeah. I mean, like I said at the beginning of the video, pretty much everybody has a camera nowadays. If you have a smartphone, you have a camera. Or actually, if you have a cell phone, period, you typically have a camera. So there's areas where I want to take pictures where a cell phone just won't do it for me. I need something with optical zoom. Because anybody knows when you work with digital zoom, it is a blurry fucking mess. And that's what cell phones are limited to. They require a small amount of space, or you want them to be small, so you can't put these elaborate lens systems in them. And that's, I think, where digital cameras or cameras in general shine over cell phone cameras. But you didn't know this. All four of us, we have mirrorless cameras. Our phones don't use mirrors. Our phone cameras don't use mirrors. They're mirrorless. Some people swear by mirrorless. Everybody else swears by DSLRs. I'm just like, I don't really care. Put a camera in my hands and I'll take some photos. But I think that's pretty much it. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to be alerted when we upload new videos. Anyways, guys, this is Storm Family signing out.